Hey there, today I'm going to talk about pendulums and energy and how to overcome the different barriers that we place on things in order to obtain what we actually desire. So pendulums are things that require your energy, and they kind of try to pull you in and grab your energy, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, whether it's something you're obsessed with or something you're super frustrated with or something you really desire. Those are all pendulums. Anything that invokes a heightened state of emotion or an energetic response from you that ends up taking some of your energy. Pendulums need this energy to survive. Putting positive energy towards it will continue it to swing, but throwing negative energy towards it will also continue its momentum. So realistically, the only way to stop the pendulum from swinging is to approach it with a state of neutrality. When there's lots of road rage, for example, and somebody cuts you off, that's a pendulum. It's there to invoke high emotion from you, and then the people subsequently on the same road are all part of that energetic rush hour road rage pendulum. And by throwing more negative emotion into it, we're only giving it more power. The only way to be able to withdraw from that is to view it with neutrality, to view it just as it is, just as lots of cars that were not going anywhere, acceptance. On the flip side, for example, if you really want to win the lottery, that's like a huge desire to really want a lot of money. And lots of people will feed into that as well, and that can be positive energy because everyone desires it. Nonetheless, all of that positive energy still fuels the pendulum. And when it's those things that really require a lot of our energy, it causes us to create a separation between the item and ourselves. So especially when it comes to things you desire, whether it's a new job, whether it's more abundance, whether it's romance, whether it's any of these types of things, the best way to align with them and to decrease the swing into the chaos is from a place of neutrality. For example, if we are really wishing that we find that right person for us, if we put too much emphasis on the want and the desire for it, we're creating that separation and reinforcing to ourselves and to the universe that we don't have that thing right now. We are not embodying that thing. That's where manifestation and speaking as if you already have the thing is super duper powerful, because it helps bridge the gap between what you want and what you have. Speaking as if you already have it allows for the scales to be a bit more balanced. And something that I have been practicing doing that's been really helpful is constantly stepping into the role of the observer. So anything that requires my emotions, whether it's really high, really low, I have been working really hard to not necessarily identify with those emotions, but to observe them. Because we are not our thoughts, we are not our emotions. Our thoughts and emotions come and go while we are still here. Granted, we are always ever changing. You could argue that every single second we're a different version of ourselves, because our cells are changing and our energy's shifting, and all of those constants aren't really constant, but that's a separate tangent. By understanding that these fleeting emotions and that these fleeting thoughts don't need to be attached to by us, they just simply need to have space held for them and be observed and kind of be integrated by viewing them as the tools that they are and the symbols and signals that they are. We're much more easily able to kind of navigate these shifts from a place of neutrality. If we start to get really frustrated at something, instead of getting all frustrated and identifying with that frustration and being like, I'm mad, we can sit back and be like, okay, I can feel that I'm starting to get frustrated. What's going on around me? Why am I responding this way? And what is my best course of action? And by doing this, you don't get sucked into the pendulum that's frustrating you. You're able to view it with more of a space of neutrality. You're more able to view it as something that can be overcome, something that's temporary. And that's where we can come into how our thoughts literally create our reality. By choosing to separate from these thoughts, by choosing to observe and not attach to and become our thoughts and our emotions, we're creating different outcomes for ourselves. We're allowing ourselves to not get sucked into things and then feel guilty afterwards or shameful or any of those extra negative emotions that are fueled by that pendulum. We're able to calmly give ourselves the grace, learn from our experiences, both internal and external, and cultivate this sense of discernment, cultivate being a student of the universe and of ourselves, and understanding that there's always more to be learned. There's always more to learn about ourselves. There's always more to learn about the situations going around us. A lot of suffering comes from our resistance to reality, so a lot of these negative emotions come from us thinking we want something to be a different way and it not being that way, and that causes negativity. Where when we're able to just observe, when we're able to just accept and allow and understand the impermanence in absolutely everything going on around us, that's when we're able to have our power and maintain our power. Energy is currency, and we have to learn how to spend it wisely. We have to protect our energy. We have to keep our energy cleansed and charged and pure and authentic. Because during the day and throughout life, it's very easy to have your energy pulled into other things, whether it's the news, whether it's your annoying boss, whether it's that terrible client or coworker or nagging anyone in your sphere that isn't really serving your highest good. It's really easy to let that kind of suck away and pull away at your energy. But having sovereignty and understanding that your choice to react is your choice. That's where the power comes back. Being able to practice being the observer, being able to practice those energetic boundaries. If you're spending your energy all willy-nilly, you're not going to be able to have any left for yourself. You're not going to have any left to be able to make those wise decisions on how to spend the last bits you have left. And then you end up getting caught in the monkey mind sometimes. I'm speaking on my own behalf. But the more I have foolishly spent my energy, the less disciplined I've been with my own mental reserves that I have left. The more I'm able to set boundaries in my situations, the more I'm able to observe my situations and keep my energetic reservoir full, the more I'm able to float through my day in more control. Not in control of my surroundings and of the outcomes and of what's going on, but in more control of how I'm choosing to respond, how I'm choosing to react, the voice in my head and the tone that I'm using it with. It's our job to be our best friends, It's nobody's job to make us happy. It's nobody's job to do the things that we should be doing for ourselves. You are the only person that's going to be by your side start to finish. Make sure that relationship is a good one. Make sure it's a healthy one. Make sure it's a supportive one. All those things we desire in the external, whether it's from a romantic partner, a job, a family member, anything, we can start to cultivate within ourselves. And then by changing our perspectives, we're able to watch our reality transform. Whether other people start to treat us differently, whether we start to welcome in new relationships and new connections that are more aligned with how we're treating ourselves. These pendulums matter too. It's all intertwined, which is super fascinating, which is why I really wanted to talk about it. So if any of this resonates, please let me know. If any of this doesn't make the most sense, I know sometimes when I'm going, it's not always the most clear. I would love to clarify, but thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day. And don't forget, protect your energy. It's yours, it's precious, it's a gift, and you deserve the best of it, the absolute best of it from yourself and from everyone else. Have a blessed day.